Good morning. I hope you're having a great day today. We're going to be creating art in honor of Easter, spring, and English illustrator and artist Brian Paterson. He illustrated multiple books in a series titled The Foxwood Tales. Today we're going to be drawing a lamb on a hill with crosses in the background. Okay, let's get started. First off, you'll need a piece of paper and a pencil. I drew a big rectangle on my paper so that I could show you the size that I'm drawing in. First, you're going to draw the letter U, and you're going to draw it tilted, like this. Pretty simple. Once you finish doing that, you're going to draw a curved little line that looks kind of hilly and bumpy going across it. Once you finish doing that, you can pull it up on the sides and leave a little room up here, and you're going to make some bumpy parts. That's going to be for the top of my lamb's head. We're also going to draw some ears. The ears are going to start out here on this fluffy part. My first ear is going to come out in a curved line, like a frown, and then I'm going to close it up with a smile. Make sure you have good space between these two lines. Good job. Remember, you can stop and start this video as often as you need to. Now we're going to make the ear on the other side. Same thing, make a curved line, kind of like a frown, and then close it up with a smile. They should come to a little point. Once you do that, draw another little line inside that curves and copies the frown line. Same thing on the other side. Next, we're going to draw the body part of our lamb. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a line that comes out to the left side of this ear, and it starts at the ear. It's not very long. After you do that, you're going to make a line that comes down at a slant. It's a very slight slant. Once you've done that, you're going to curve that line around like the letter L. So it looks like this, like a long slanted L. Then you're going to curve that line back up and stop. Next, you're going to make a small little curved line that looks kind of like a smile again, and stop there. We have to make a front leg. So we're going to start at the bottom of the head. We're going to come down with a slanted line, the opposite direction of this one. So it's going to come down this way. It's actually coming from right down to left. And if you look at where this one stops, you want this one to stop in about the same spot. Then you want it to curve and come up just like this one did. Great job. Next, we're going to make a couple of lines for the legs. We're going to draw both legs, but you can't see all of the leg that's in the back. So we're drawing the leg we can see, part of it, and then another line next to that to show the other leg that's behind this one. We're going to do the same thing up here. So it's really just 3 lines and 3 lines. Good job. All right, next we're going to go in and we're going to add the tail. It's just a little bumpy, puffy line right there, kind of like the letter C. All right, going back over to the head, we want to put some eyes on our lamb. So we're going to put some little oval eyes. Then we want to put a nose, which just looks like a tiny, soft V that kind of opens up like this. And then a line coming down from that straight to the bottom. The mouth is here, but you can't see it. Great job. Isn't this simple? Next, we want to add some fluffy lines and detail into our lamb. So what you can do is on top of this line here, you can go back and make it kind of bumpy. Or you can erase that part and make it a little bumpy. Great job. We're also going to do the same thing on the inside of the limb. Add a few bumpy lines. Now, boys, you probably aren't going to want to add flowers on the top of yours, but you can if you want to. So we're going to add a few flowers right here on the head of our lamb. You might even have to do some erasing if this line right here is too close to this part. In fact, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to draw a few flowers across the top of the head. I did show how to draw these flowers in my other video. So really quickly, let me get those drawn, just like that, pretty easy. And you don't have to draw this type of flower. You can do whatever kind of flower you want to. Next, I'm going to add a few leaves coming out the top there. And a few little vines. And a few more little leaves coming down. You can add as many of those or as few of them as you like, or you don't have to add them at all if you don't want to. Now, I still need to put the puffy part of the top of the head that I erased earlier. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to add that in here. And I'm only drawing it where I can see it. I'm not trying to squeeze it in the picture. I'm actually allowing the flowers and their vines to overlap to go in front of what's in my background. I'm finished with this part. Next, I'm going to add the grass. When you draw your grass, you can just draw a lot of lines, crisscrossing, going up and down. The closer you want something to look, the larger it's going to be, and the further down on your paper it's going to be. If you want something to look like it's far away from you, you want it to make it small and higher up on the page. So I'm going to make quite a few lines of grass because I'm going to actually cover up where I need to draw the feet in my picture, because I want my lamb standing in the grass. And if he's standing in the grass, chances are I'm not going to be able to see his feet anyway. You can make yours however you want to. You can go ahead and draw his feet on if you want to. You don't have to make tall grass, but this is an option for you. Once you do that, you can actually make a background. For example, you can make a hill or mountains. You could even make water. I'm going to make a hill. It's going to stop where my lamb is and finish on the other side of it. Remember how I said if you want something to look like it's far away from you, you make it small and higher up on the page. That's what we're doing. If you were to add grass in here, you want your grass to get smaller the higher up it goes, because that makes it look like it's farther away from you. Do you see the difference? It starts out large and slowly gets, what? Smaller. That's right. So you can go ahead and do that. After you finish doing that, you can go ahead and you can add your crosses in the background. You can color this picture in however you want to. Also, if you would like to add flowers in your picture, you can do that as well. I added a few flowers in here. I actually stopped and left some open parts so that I could go ahead and add flowers in some areas. You can add whatever kind of flowers you want, or you don't have to add any at all. It's perfectly up to you. I even added a few flowers way off in the background. Again, notice how they get smaller the higher up we go on the page. As far as coloring this goes, you can color it, paint it, however you want to, or you can just leave it in pencil and paper. What I would suggest to do, though, if you would like a lot of details, is to use your markers or your crayons and press down hard with them and go over your lines, and then come back and color over those with your crayon, okay? As for the sky, I actually colored in very softly with multiple colors. I think I used blue, pink, and yellow on my sky. You can use whatever colors you want to. Whenever you get finished with these, please take a picture of them and email them to me. I would love to see them. I know you guys are going to do great on them, and I'd love to post these in our online art gallery. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.